Hi there, and thank you for coming by and listening in on how to find the equation of a parabola passing through a point. So this is the Joseph method. We have a point 3, 49, with x value is 3 and the y value is 49. We can break down the y value, 49, into a product of two factors, 7 and 7. Okay, and since we want the x value to be 3, we're going to separate it into 3 plus 4 times 3 plus 4. Okay. All right, so then the next thing you know, we can keep it or describe it in general as y equaling x plus 4 times x plus 4. So all I did was replace the 3's, which was my x, with an x. Okay, so I'm just overshadowing the notion of the 4 and the 3 being the point. Okay? And then, in order to get your parabola, you would just simply use the FOIL method to multiply it out. Okay? So by that, we'll have the first term, which is the x, which makes x times x, or x squared, plus the 4x on the outside and the 4x on the inside combined to give me 8x. And then I will put the 4 times 4, which is the last term, to give me 16. Okay, so that is my equation of the parabola passing through that point. Okay, so I want to check and make sure that I have indeed come up with an equation that will satisfy the point 349. So I will check it by simply putting in the actual values. I'll put in the value of 3, and it should result in a value of 49. So then I do 3 squared plus 8 times 3 plus 16. And going down a little further, it equals 9 plus 24 plus 16. Now 9 plus 24 is 33, and 33 plus 16 is equal to 49. So yay, that worked out. That's awesome. So let's do another one. The next point that I want to do is, I have it here in my notes. I didn't want to veer off too much. Oh, here it is. My next point is actually, I'm going to go backwards because I want to choose a point with a negative. So I'm going to do, let me just follow my notes. 4 comma 54. 4 comma 54. Okay. And so then I'm going to say if y is equal to 54, it's also thought of as the product of 6 and 9. Okay, so 6 times 9 is 54. Okay, then we're going to go on and we're going to split up that into 2 factors using 4 for my first term. And so in order for it to be 6, I have to add 2. In order for it to be 9, I have to add 5. Okay, so then in general, y is equal to x plus 2, x plus 9. And we'll put another parentheses in the front here. And so that is the parabola in factored form. Now we're going to use the FOIL method. And I probably don't have to keep on saying use the FOIL method, but the first, the outside, the inside, and the last terms of each binomial will do so that we can make sure that we use the distributive property properly. Okay, so then we'll say y is equal to x squared plus 2x and 9x, which is the outside and the inside. Products will be 11x plus the last terms is going to be 2 times 9, which is 18. And so that will be our parabola. That's the equation of parabola. We know that it's parabola because it is of the second degree, right? Okay, so then we'll want to check and make sure that it works out. And so we'll say y is equal to 4 squared plus 11 times 4 plus 18. And that should give us 54. So it's equal to 16 plus 44 plus 18. All right. And that's the case. 16 plus 44 is going to give us 50. Hold on. No, 60. That's not right. What did I do? 11 times 4 plus 18. 16 plus 44. It does not give us 54. It gives us something a lot more. See what I did wrong. 4 plus 2 is 6. 4 plus 9. Oh, see? You're supposed to tell me 4 plus 5 is going to give me 9. So that makes a difference. Let me just change it up a little bit. And 2x and 5x is going to give me 7x. And instead of 18, it should be a 10. See, and that's why we check. To make sure that we're doing it properly and that we do end up with what we started with. So I'm glad that I kind of fudged that a little bit. Definitely would not practice. And then after that, we'll say it's equal to 16 plus 7 times 4 plus 18. So it's plus 28 plus 18. Now 16 plus 28 is going to be 42. And then 42 plus 18, that is not right. Okay, so apparently I should just use a calculator and stop playing around. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so 16 plus 28 is 44. And 44 plus 18 is going to give us 54. No, not right. No, that does not give us 54. Oh, that's why. Okay. I should have looked down at my notes. That was silly. Okay, I know I did. I even did it differently in my note. I mean, I got the right answer in my notes, but I still should have followed my notes. Okay, so 44 plus 10 is going to give us 54. Yay! Okay, so in my notes I have 4 plus 5 and 4 plus 2, but that's because I had said 9 times 6. But either way, whichever order, you still, like the commutative property of multiplication lets you know that you're still going to end up with the same answer. So awesomeness. I'm going to do one more example because I'm kind of getting lengthy in time because of all my foo pods and things. So I'm going to do one more example. I'll do the last example. And then we'll go from there. So the next point that I want to do is the point 4 comma negative 8. Yeah, 4 comma negative 8. And okay, so we're over here in the fourth quadrant, and we want to know, hey, can I actually build an equation that goes through the point 4 comma negative 8? Sure, we can. Why? Because if y is equal to negative 8, then that's equal to, say, negative 2 times positive 4. Now, this solution is going to have a couple of different possibilities. Actually, a lot of possibilities. But I'm showing you this method so that you can see and do it in a systematic way. Although it's, able to have different outcomes and different equations, you can still do it in a systematic way every single time. Okay, so my y is negative 8, my factors is negative 2 and 4, and then I'm going to say it equals to my x value, which is 4, to be the first number. So I'm going to say 4. In order to get negative 2 from 4, I'm going to have to subtract 6, and that will give me my negative 2. Then I'm going to do 4. In order to get 4, oh my goodness, what should happen? Anybody? Yeah, exactly. I just add 0. What else have I done? Well, in my notes, I did a little bit differently. So I might get a different equation. Well, actually, I do get a different equation from my notes. But that's okay. I think I will show you both ways to show that you can get two different equations. So we'll save the check. I'll let you do the checking. All right. So we'll leave it like this. 4 minus 6 and 4 plus 0. So in general, we have y, which is equal to x minus 6 times x. So instead of putting in the back, I'm just going to put it out front. So I have x times x minus 6. So I replace the 4 with an x, and then we have our general equation, right? Okay, good. So now we multiply out to get the actual parabola in standard form. So y, instead of factored form, it's equal to x squared minus 6x. Okay, so that is our equation of parabola passing through the point 4, -8. And then you can always put in 4 to do the check. 4 squared is 16, 16 minus 24. 16 minus 24 is going to give you that -8, okay? All right, so the way I did it, in my notes, if y is equal to -8, which is equal to 2 times -4, then we'll have 4 minus 2, and then we'll have 4 minus 8. See that? So in order to get 2, I have to subtract 2 from 4. In order to get -4, I'm going to have to subtract 8. So that is my equation, and in general, y is equal to x minus 2 and x minus 8. And when we multiply it all out, we get y equals x squared a minus 2x and a minus 8x gives me a minus 10x. And then a minus 2 and a minus 8 is going to give me positive 16. Okay, so I can do my check. Make sure that if I put in 4, I get a -8. So 4 squared is going to give me 16. 16 minus 40. And then we add 16. And that gives us the -8. Okay? Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.